Okay, hey friends. Things are hopping, aren't they? Thanks for the heads up about Pelosi. I had to do the full moon over the capital of Jordan, Amman, Amman. I mean, that's just totally amazing. And I guess Trump is all pissed off at her. And it's like, okay, what are you going to do? Point at her? Man, I love this. And so now I think he's taken out his frustrations on Mulvaney because who else? He's in so much trouble. So this Tarotscope I'm doing over the full moon over Jordan. In the red, we're going to do that first. In the upper corner, we have Donald. Let's see, can you see this? On the upper right is Putin. Bottom left is Pompeo. And the bottom right is MBS. And there's going to be lots of interruptions, you guys. Sorry. It's Sunday. So this is a Tarotscope over Jordan. Their full moon. The sun was really close conjunct to the lower heaven where the moon, here we go, like in Syria, was straight up in the 10th house. They have 26 degrees Cancer on the ascendant. Now remember the January, the full blood moon, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Full moon eclipse back in January, not the 5th, it was maybe the 20th around there. That had the planet Uranus, unexpected things, breaking news. See, I can't even talk, you guys. Mercury is going to retrograde soon, and so I'm going to be messing up my words a lot in the upcoming weeks and months. I'm just going to remind you, if some of you don't know this, I do have a head injury from a snowmobiling accident a long time ago, and it really kind of affects me when we get retrograde-y things like this going on. But anyway, so Jordan would expect to have a giant jolt at the full moon going, especially into this third quarter moon tomorrow morning at like 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just a major jolt. So, remember in these little boxes, the red squares, we have Donald upper left, Putin upper right, bottom left Pompeo, bottom right MBS. This is interesting. Look at the ascendant for these people, which is what gives life to the chart for these people. Donald has incoming messages, events really quickly. Putin has a page of cups. Is this a whistle? No, I don't know who this page of cups is, but he's got someone on the ground out there taking care of things. Pompeo, the Knight of Pentacles. Money being delivered in Jordan. Pompeo. And this is MBS, the Queen of Pentacles. And I believe this has to do with Speaker Pelosi. Is this Speaker Pelosi? Yes. Is this Rebecca Mercer at all? Oh, maybe a little, because she talks with all them over there all the time. In the 12th house of hidden secrets, hidden enemies, secrets, Donald drew the devil. So he knew the devil was going to be unleashed in Jordan. Putin has the moon. A lot of outrage and treachery because of what's happening in Syria and the influx of Kurds there in the area, the destabilization of the Middle East. Pompeo has the Page of Wands, Page of Wands, that's news from Russia. And MBS has the Nine of Swords. His secret is that they're going to commit Nine of Swords atrocities. I just saw him just gleaming smile with what they have planned for Jordan and the area. Guys, gross. How do they identify themselves with Jordan and what's happening with the fallout? Well, look at Donald, the Nine of Swords. Gleeful nightmares over there. Putin, he's just talking with people over there. Pompeo, Nine of Cups, the Trump crime syndicate. That's how he identifies with Jordan. And MBS is planning to grind government to a halt there. So look at all this money. Pompeo had the Knight of Pentacles delivering money, and he's identifying with the Trump crime syndicate. Hopes, wishes, dreams for these guys. In Jordan, a new beginning for Trump. Putin, the King of Swords, a new way to rule, perhaps, courts. Pompeo, the Five of Cups, makes me think of the five-continent coup and depression. And this is their wishes and hopes. And MBS, Two of Swords, separating people from their government, maybe just messing things up there. In the 10th house, public house, in the skies for all to see, Trump had, look at this, the Eight of Pentacles. This just reminds me of if Pompeo has all this money on the ascendant relating to the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, they've taken money. Donald has set up there the Eight of Pentacles and data for a money laundering operation converted to crypto/Bitcoin. Putin has made a choice to separate someone, people, governments, just like MBS. And there you go. Pompeo is responsible with the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is the result after you take the Eight of Pentacles, convert it to Bitcoin, and then it goes back to Donald. Laundered back to Donald through Trump crime syndicate. And then here MBS is there in Jordan for the same thing, money, data laundering. Nice friends, huh? Ninth house, usually Putin's house, lands far away, but this is in Jordan. Donald has the government. What? So they're attacking the government there. Putin has an op, probably related to that government. Pompeo sees that, once again, Putin is in charge, angry Putin. And then look at this, MBS also drew the government. This is an op, they're all in agreement, maybe to make Putin in charge of the governments out there. It's totally Russia driven. In the 8th house of other people's money, Donald is just looking for, hey, directions, what's going on? Just like Putin in the 1st house, his identity, so they can figure out how they're going to talk to one another. And Donald wants to know how to set up the mutual funds, the mutual monies, the laundered. Putin sees himself as like king there. He's going to get paid. He's totally in on other people's money. Pompeo, Five of Pentacles. That's the money that's taken from our agencies and sent overseas. And now we see Pompeo with the Knight of Pentacles delivering it. We see him with the Nine of Cups, the Trump crime syndicate. We see him at the top of the chart with Seven Pentacles laundering money back to Trump crime syndicate. And now in the 8th house, the Five of Pentacles and money from other agencies. And MBS has some investigation, probably some spying going on there too. Or maybe, they're paying MBS for Saudi intelligence services. That's what it is. In the 7th house of the people of Jordan, Donald drew justice. He believes he's having some sort of justice over there on whatever he's doing. Putin against the people. He's trying to now balance the money and the funds in Jordan to his benefit. Pompeo sees King of Cups, Putin in charge over the people now in Jordan. And MBS, look at that, the Six of Cups, nostalgia. That is usually the card that where Donald owes Putin money and has debts to pay him. Now MBS is carrying the card. And remember the Nine of Wands, Donald's financial burdens with the full moon over Syria, and how MBS was able to leverage that over Donald and Jared. Take a look at that. MBS is now a card-carrying member of the money laundering machine of the United States of America. In the 6th house of public service in the military, Donald, look at that. Four of Pentacles, hanging on to everything that he has. It's not that this isn't really a negative thing, but it's just kind of, this is what I'm doing as part of the plan. Putin is all ready to go in on the intelligence and military and attack there in Jordan. Nine of Wands is Pompeo. I wonder if he has some financial obligations to them. And MBS is like, hey, it's the end of Jordan as we know it. We have a new agreement with the Middle East. In the 5th house of the sun, which is usually the king, Donald sees the Trump dynasty as important there. Putin is like, oh my gosh, look at all the money that's there in Jordan. Pompeo has the Magician. This Magician card I'm very interested in because it has been showing up so much this past week. And MBS is like, yeah, there's going to be heartache there. I don't care. In the 4th house of Jordan's defenses, Donald is like, oh yeah, we were gaslighting, but we were really doing something else, and now we're taking action. We're taking that first step. Putin, that's his opt to do it. Pompeo sees that there's going to be incredible heartache and betrayal happening in Jordan, and MBS sees it as Trump Russia, more land for Russia. In the 3rd house of communication in the neighborhoods there, Donald sees them as all bound up, kind of like the Syrians and the Kurds. Putin is creating mass chaos there, nightmares and terrors. And Pompeo sees this as a new psyop, a new attack, bludgeoning them with information and spies. And look at here, we have the death card again. This belongs to MBS. Atrocities there in Jordan. In the 2nd house of income, gains, things that we value, Donald is making offers over there, kind of forcing himself on people. Putin sees the 6 Wands mob kind of conquering this area. Pompeo sees it as a shared celebration. They did something great over there. MBS is like, look at all this money I got from U.S. government agencies. There you go. That's what's going on in Jordan. I will do the Tarotscope for the good guys next.